Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, teaching his word in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be titled, When Esau World Ends, Jacob World Begins. Right? When Esau world ends, Jacob world will begin. Right? And we're currently living in Esau Edom's kingdom. When we read Daniel, the second chapter, there's four major empires that are mentioned, and also Daniel the seventh chapter, right? Four major empires: the Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, and the Roman Empire. Now we're still in that Roman Empire, but it's the revised Roman Empire, which is the beast whose deadly wound was healed, which is talked about in Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? So we're living in Esau, Edom's kingdom, and we're living in his kingdom because we went off, right? We forsook the Lord, and the Lord put the curses upon us, as it states in Deuteronomy 28, right? We're living under the curses, and living under the curses, we will have our enemies to rule over us. So now, in the day and age, we are being trodden down by our enemies, but chiefly Esau, Edom, right? He is the man of sin, the man of perdition, and he rules the earth right now. So let me go into a few scriptures, and Lord willingly, this lesson is edifying, right? Because this is not going to be forever, right? This is a temporary punishment for the Israelites, right? The temporary punishment for the Israelites.
If God is your...
Salakia, let me just go and type it out. It's Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24, right? This is Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. We read in the Daniel, the fourth chapter, how the Lord gives these kingdoms to whomsoever he will. Right? So everybody who gets a seat to rule in this world was given that seat by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right, and all these kings, these different rulerships that have been on the earth, they haven't been of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right, they haven't been of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but there's a kingdom that's going to be coming real soon that's going to be of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Yahushai, the son of Yahweh, will rule. He have dominion over this kingdom, over the kingdom of the earth. Right, so we have to wait. We have to be patient. Right, so we know that Esau Edom right now is the wicked. This is how we understand that Esau Edom is in control of this age, of this world now, because he is the wicked. Right? And let's go to Malachi. Let's go to Malachi. Malachi. All right, let's go to Malachi 1 and 4. So it says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Malachi 1 and 4. Salakia, I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? What, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord. Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So we know that the ending of Esau Edom is for his mountains to be laid waste. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Right, so we read Job 9 and 4, where it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and right here it says that Esau is the border of wickedness. Right, so we are living in the world of Esau Edom now, because everything is corrupt, everything is in a confused state. Right, which the word Babylon, it means confusion. Right, so we are being ruled over people who are setting up confusion in the earth, right? With their laws, with their unrighteous decrees, as it states in Isaiah, the 10th chapter, which we can actually go to. Right? So let me read this before I go to that. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against the Lord have indignation forever. Right? So the Lord has this hatred for Esau, Edom, because of the things he's done on the earth, but more so because it was set up like that from the foundation of the earth for Esau, Edom to be the servant of Jacob. Right? Because it's not what he done, but he's playing out wickedness on the earth, which is in the Lord's story, right? You have to have a protagonist, you have to have an antagonist. Esau Edom happens to be the antagonist, right? Let's go to Isaiah 10:1, right? Because Israel went off, right? Israel went off. Israel neglected serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, perverted judgment and things like that in a time where Israel was set up. But in these days right now, that kingdom that's going off, that sinful kingdom, is talking about Babylon the Great. And Babylon the Great is ruled by the Edomites. Right? So this applies to Esau Edom today. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Right, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Right, so it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And right, this is what we're seeing right here. This is what we're seeing in the land of Babylon the Great. Esau Edom, he writes unrighteous decrees to keep Israelites down, to oppress the Israelites, right, to stay on top. Right, and this is exactly reason why Esau Edom is going to be destroyed, because of the things that he's done to Israel. Right? In Numbers 35 and 33, it talks about how if you defile a land with blood, your blood will be required. So the Lord is going to require the blood of Esau, Edom, for the things he have done. That's why the kingdom that's going to come, right, is going to be Jake's kingdom, or the Israelites' kingdom, because the Lord set it up for Esau, Edom to be ruling in this time right now. Right? The revised Roman Empire. Right? Let's actually go to Numbers. Right? Numbers 35 and 33. We quoted it, but we're just going to get it out the scripture. It says, Numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land where you are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Right? So we understand that Esau, Edom, is in power right now, and he shed the blood of the children of Israel when he came over here in 1492 by the way of Christopher Columbus. They came and they raped, robbed, and murdered the Native Americans. And not only that, the Taino Indians, the Aztecs, also the so-called black man, the tribe of Judah. He hung did all types of atrocities to our people. So the Lord has to pretty much destroy this place and allow Esau Edom's blood to be shed for the blood that Esau shed, right? Right, because he shed the children of Israel's blood. And the Lord says that we are the apple of his eye, right? So the Lord is not going to let those things go unpunished, right? Though we're waiting for a period of time, right? Because, our time is not the same as the Most High's time, right? So it says, it was a day with the Lord is 1,000 years on the earth, and 1,000 years on the earth is a day with the Lord, right? So it's a different time frame. But the Lord is in no wise going to quit the wicked. He's not going to let Esau Edom go for the things that he have done. So this is why I say again, this is why the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up, and Jacob is going to be that ruler rather than Esau Edom, because right now the people are mourning on the earth. The people are in distress. The people are in perplexity of what to do because everything is out of order. But in the kingdom of heaven, right, everything is going to be in righteous rulership and righteous order, right? Let's go to that in Proverbs. It was Proverbs 29, and we're gonna start at 2. I gotta write everything out because my Bible app is not working, so bear with me, y'all. This is Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's all we're seeing is mourning. Right? We're seeing nothing but confusion, mourning on the earth because Esau Edom's in power. Right? Because righteous rule does not go out. Because Esau Edom has taken away true judgment on the earth. Right? If true judgment went out on the earth, true law and order went out on the earth, then the world would be in a better place. Right? Right in this world we're in currently right now. But the Lord made it to where Esau Edom gets the rule. So then Israel understands perverse judgment. We understand what perverse judgment looks like. We understand what being trodden down and being on the bottom looks like. Right? So we can understand righteous judgment. We can understand where the world could go in wickedness, right? It's not gonna go anywhere, right? The land is polluted, the sky is polluted, the sea is polluted because righteous judgment is not out on the earth, right? So this is what we're dealing with in this current time, but it's only temporary, right? It's only temporary. This is Ecclesiastes 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Let's read that again. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Right? So Esau Edom got his riches by deceit. He stole people's riches. Right? He stole the land. He stole the natural resources of the land. The oil. Right? All these things Esau Edom stole. So because of those things, it says unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? And we know what who that kingdom is going to be translated to. It's going to be translated to the Israelites, right? From one people, which are the Edomites, to the Israelites, to another people, right? For a perpetual rulership. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning that followeth. Let's go to that. It's the 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. When you see the stone strike the statue in Daniel the 2nd chapter, that empire was the revised Roman Empire because it was the iron mixed with clay. That's the revised Roman Empire, right? Which is still made up of the iron that was before it because it's the revised Roman Empire. It's Rome all over again. Right, it's the last leg of the Roman Empire that's going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shai. Right, so you got Esau Edom ruling up from the Greek kingdom all the way up to the current age right now. Then you have Yahweh Shai coming and destroying it, and that's when that perpetual kingdom comes on the earth, and that's when Israel shall take the kingdom. Right now, it's a kingdom that's translated from Esau Edom's rule to Jacob. Right, let's go to that. Because it says we shall take the kingdom. I think that's in Daniel 7 and let me go check. It should be around here. This is Daniel 7:22. Until the Ancient of Days came and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And we know the saints is the Israelites, right? You go to Psalms 148 and 14, Psalms 50 and 5, and we can see that the saints are the Israelites. Specifically in this time is the elect. The elect are the saints that are going to be given the kingdom. It says, until the Ancient of Days, which is Yahweh himself, came and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Right? Thus, it says, thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it into pieces. Right? Which is that Roman Empire. You know, most scholars will agree that that fourth beast, when you go into Daniel the 7th chapter, is the Roman Empire. Right? So that kingdom is going to be destroyed. The Roman Empire fell for 1,000-year period, and then it had its revival during the Renaissance period. Right? They revamped their philosophy. You know, all the things that are regarded today as things that people look into or look up to, right? The music, the paintings, um, the philosophy, the astrology, and those things that people highly esteem today was pretty much incorporated or shed a light on in that time of the the revival or the Renaissance period, the rebirth. It says, thus he said, the beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it to pieces. And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. It said, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands until a time, and dividing of times. Right. So this is what we're going through at this current time. We're being worn out by Esau, Edom. He's wearing us out. Right. He's oppressing us. He's not letting us go. Right. So this is what we're currently dealing with right now, which is only temporary, like I stated before. It's not going to be forever, right? We're literally in the last hours of this kingdom being ran by Esau Edom. This world being ran by Esau Edom. Then there shall come a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? Which that word "new" means kainos, which means refreshed. So this whole world is going to be refreshed in righteousness. No more evil, no more wickedness, no more perverseness on the earth. It says, But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Right. So we know Yahweh Shai, he got the kingdom by being a sacrifice, being that lamb that was slain. And he opened up the books, and he got the dominion from Yahweh to for all nations to serve him. Right. So this is what we're looking at. It says, and the kingdom of and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints. Right. And you got the 144,000 and the elect, which are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Right. Which is, the saints. It says, and the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is the everlasting kingdom, all dominions shall serve and obey him. Right. So I just wanted to get that in Daniel the 7th chapter, which goes into that fourth kingdom, that fourth beast, which is the kingdom we're actually living in today, which is going to be destroyed. Right. So after this, that's an everlasting reign for the Israelites, for the elect. This is why we look forward to these things having to come to pass, right? Even though we have to go into Jacob's trouble, we have faith that the Most High is going to protect us, and that he's going to guide us through those days, so that the elect can be sealed, right? Because that's the main part of this movie, is the elect being sealed and this kingdom being destroyed in the everlasting reign for the elect, right? So this is what we're looking forward to. We must go through the hardship before we can get to the everlasting glory that the Lord is going to give to his elect, right? Nothing comes easy, right? This is what we learned in life, right? Nothing comes easy. Everything comes with hardship, right? It says, through much tribulation, the saints will have to enter into the kingdom of heaven, right? Which I'm, roughly paraphrasing it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Maybe it's 22. Right? Because nothing comes easy, man. And we're going to appreciate that kingdom, Lord willing, we get there. Lord willing, we are the elect. This is Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God. Right. So through much tribulation, right, be through being vexed. What did it say in the scripture to Daniel, right? Daniel the 7th chapter says that the Most High, that this ruler would wear out the saints, being worn out, by these different nations of people, Esau, Edom, being trodden down, having to endure hardship, trouble, even our own flesh. Right? We have to endure all that, which is that straight gate to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right? So these are the things that we have to go through. But after this is done, we have an everlasting reign. I got a scripture. 2 Corinthians. What is it? It's like 4:16. Yep, this is it right here. This is 2 Corinthians 4:16. It says for let's see. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day, which is the spirit. For our light affliction, what is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Right? So, hey, look it. We're going through something that might seem like a lot, but it's a light affliction compared to the glory that's going to be given to the saints. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Right? That's having faith. Right? Hoping for something that's better than what we're currently going through. Right? Because this is a light affliction compared to what the Lord is going to give his people. Right? It says, I have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has prepared for those who love him. Right? So it's so much more it's going to be so much more better things the Lord is going to give us compared to the things that we have been going through here. Right? This is why we have to have faith, because Lord willing, we make it through. We're going to see it wasn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and got immortal bodies. Brothers, having rulership, dominion. The things we went through is not going to be a big thing. We're gonna be actually happy. It's going to make us even more grateful for this blessing. It says 2 Esdras 7:42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Wherefore have they prayed for the weak. Right? So this present life is not the end where much glory may abide. Right? We understand that this place we living in is polluted. It will destroy you even with a sword of destruction. So we understand that this place is not a place to, get complacent in, not to put on a pedestal. Right? We're not trying to get glory or any instant gratification here, because we know that this glory here is not going to be compared to the glory in the kingdom. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So we want to dwell in a place that is incorruptible, right? That has no corruption. Right? Lot was vexed day to day from the wicked conversations of the people at that time. So, we want to be in a place where we can thrive and not be vexed from evil wickedness polluting the land. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Right? So, this is what we're looking forward to. This is what we're hoping for. Right? We were punished. Right? The Lord polluted his inheritance, but he's gonna take us out of that polluted place and give us the kingdom of heaven. Right? Let's go to that. I believe it's Isaiah 47. Let me start at Talking about Esau, Edom's kingdom. It says, Isaiah 47. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Talking about Esau, Edom's kingdom. "Sit in the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take thy millstone, grind meal, uncover thy locks and make bare thy legs, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, the shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Right, and we know Yahweh Shai is going to come. He's going to take vengeance on his kingdom. Right, he's going to get his garment stained with with the blood of the people of the earth. Right, symbolically. He's going to destroy this kingdom. "Sit thou silent and get thee into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wrothful with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither dost thou didst remember the latter end of it." Right, so going into Esau, Edom's pride. "The pride of thy heart deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks." Right, Esau, Edom, he's gotten his power, and he's forgotten who gave him this power. Right, it reminds me of Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel the 5th chapter. All right, let's go to that. Right, because I remember in Nebuchadnezzar had that same type of had that same type of pride until the Lord had to show him. Let's see. Should be here somewhere. Just like you. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna start at. I'm gonna start at 18. This is Daniel 5:18. It says, "O thou king, the Most High God gave Nebuchadnezzar the father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor, and for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would he slew, and whom he would he kept alive, and whom he would he set up, and whom he would he put down. But when his heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will." Right, so Esau Edom is in this position because the Most High put him there. But Esau Edom, through his pride, is thinking that his houses shall dwell forever, that he's gotten this power because of his smartness, or his might, right, his army. Right, the Most High set Esau Edom up in a trick, right, put him in a trick basket to believe these things. So when the Most High takes it away from him, hey, you're gonna see and understand. Oh, you're only here to punish Israel for a time, right? It wasn't forever, right? Everything has that has a beginning, has an end. It's the end of the thing, right? For us, because we're going to see the fall of our enemies. We're going to see the fall of Esau, Edom, and these different kingdoms on the earth, right? So, hey, the Most High, he sets up these kings, and at one point in time, he's going to set up one that is profitable, right? I'm going to get that scripture too. Oh, shit. Profitable. Hopefully it pops up. Yep, this is it. It's Ecclesiastes 10:4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right? Which we understand Yahweh Shai. He's going to come and get that dominion over the earth. The elect will be joined unto Yahweh Shai as the bride, and that's when we gonna get to, we gonna get to business, Lord willingly, I'm a part of that number, right? We gonna the elect is gonna go and they're gonna round up all these heathens, right? They're gonna build up the kingdom, and that's gonna be the start of a everlasting kingdom, right? So right now Esau Edom is ruling, he's in power, but that kingdom is gonna be translated to the Israelites. So with that, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Until next time, Lord willingly, Shalom.